He's motioning and he's coming to the pit. Woo! Logano didn't get slowed down. Look at this save. I mean, this car is sideways. So from that point, he didn't go to pit road. Kyle Busch went all the way.
They are working with Denny's spotter, Curtis Markham. We've got a crash, guys.
Ryan Newman spinning off the tri-oval. Caution flag. Some damage on the left front of that car. You see that front splitter all wrinkled up.
Yeah, the whole front end's tore off of it.
Looks like he may have gotten off in the trial of the grass. The lower half of the front end's gone.
And if he
That
drives
right front right, it's all the way down.
where I was going with that, if he drives that back around the racetrack too quickly, his right front fender is going to end up looking like Joey Logano's.
He's got a lot of problems anyway, though. You can see right there in the trial of the grass.
That's just the air literally sucking that car around as he got up beside of David Rudiman. When you're that close.
Hard to tell from that angle if that 0-0 was coming down at all.
Well, it just wasn't enough room there. And when you get this close to these cars,
no.
You can see, well, it's just that there's a lane there.
One of the things working against.
Oh, no, trouble. Allmendinger turned around. Kyle Busch makes contact. More cars involved. Harvick is in it, one of the championship drivers.
Lock it down there, AJ. Get it rolling here if you can.
McMurray involved. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, second in the championship, starting the day. Front end damage to that 29 car.
A lot of damage to Kyle Busch, too. You can see that right front looks like it's headed the wrong way, like it might have a toe-in issue.
And that looked like maybe a push that the 43 of A.J. Allmendinger got through the tri-oval, which is probably the most dangerous part of this racetrack. They were going extremely fast, but it's just literally the rear wheels start getting picked up, and then that turns you down the racetrack and into the other cars.
I mean, it goes back to the thing that the guy behind cannot see. And so Allmendinger was looked like he tried to check up a little bit because there wasn't quite enough room on the outside. And Ambrose just couldn't see that. Yeah, he right there.
Yeah, he was probably having to check up just a little bit to keep from running over Joey Logano and Tony Stewart right in front of him. But Marcus Ambrose having no idea, and it just takes a split second of cracking the throttle.
Happens fast.
So Kyle Busch, 4-3, they were running in third position. I say they, Kahne was running in third position. And somehow didn't hit anything.
You can see Kasey started to the outside like they were going to try to make a pass for the lead from Robbie Gordon and Trevor Bayne. And Brian Vickers got just to the right side of Kasey's rear bumper through that tri-oval where you still have a little bit of wheel in it. Sent him spinning. Luckily, didn't hit a thing.
See Matt Kenseth and Reagan again doing a good job. See Reagan immediately getting on the brakes and getting off the rear bumper.
Matt has been around a couple of things today, and David Reagan has really helped him out.
Yeah, watch Reagan right here. He gets off the rear bumper real quick, enough that Matt can slow down.
Wow. Trouble. 71 car and a 32 in trouble. Andy Lally in the 71 on the outside wall. 32 is Terry Labonte.
I think these two cars have been running together.
Stay low, stay low. 71 is wrecked there. Right up there, no pressure. Come on up there, Jimmy, if you need it.
Just behind Carl Edwards and Greg Biffle. And that's a hit on the right front of that 48 car.
Yeah, that's a pretty severe hit right there in the right front of the 48 car Jimmy Johnson.
It's a good job by
Turn number 2. Labonte turned out of that big pack that was drafting all the way up into the outside wall and then collecting Kurt Busch on his way back down across the racetrack. We were just talking, what, a minute ago about him and Michael Waltrip running to the front there.
the intensity level was coming up. These guys were trying to position themselves for these last few laps. And pushing and shoving, it starts to take its toll, especially in the corners. You know, these cars have to be connected all the way around the track to make that speed.
Kurt Busch started the race 7th in the championship. Only 27 points, 27 positions off the lead. He's headed to the garage in the closing laps of this one. And that's an awful lot of damage to the front end of that 22 car. It's Michael Waltrip in the 15, behind Labonte in the 47.
Andy Kessler got a piece of that also. See here,
Well,
Kurt Busch.
Hard lick for Kurt Busch and Bobby Labonte.
It looked like that when we had followed Michael Waltrip and Bobby Labonte, that Bobby was really loose with his car. He wasn't able to turn it a lot of times and would have to chase it up the track. And you're right,
Wow.
that was a really hard lick there at the end.
You just know where to go for Kurt Busch.
Wow, look at how high the back wheels of that car came off the ground in that hit. Just an indicator of how hard that collision was. For Kurt Busch.
Good Jeff Gordon.
Oh, trouble right there. Martin and Hamlin and Reagan Smith with a hard crash.
In front of you there. Stay focused. Stay coming down. Watch it coming down.
Caution is out, as you see. Contact in that pack in turn number 2 and a heavy, heavy crash for Reagan Smith in that 78 car. Denny Hamlin involved, Mark Martin involved. And the safety workers there at Reagan Smith's car. He had dropped the window net before the safety workers came up. His indication
There, he had to get out. Then Mark, as he tries to get back to Gordon, the 11 is there.
And another aspect of this racing, DJ, Joey Logano in that 20 can't see through Denny Hamlin's car, so even if Denny has lifted off the gas there, he's got no idea.
No. Wow, just look how close. I mean, he just skimmed the back bumper of Jeff Gordon's car. Marcus Ambrose coming by, gets a little bit of damage. Let's see, once again, Matt Kenseth and David Reagan sneaking by one more time.
Third or fourth one today.
You see this, you know, when Mark hits that right rear, it just, the angle that it sends Regan Smith into the wall is tremendous.
Yeah, and it looked like what happened was Jeff Gordon had to check up just a little bit. He was closing on Tony Stewart and 27 of Paul Menard a little too quickly.
Down to the final lap. Can anybody run up and catch Burton and Boyer? They've got some ground to make up if they're going to do it. Shuffling around in this pack.
8 of the last 12 races here have been decided on the last lap.
Dave Blaney first to break from the traffic with Brad Keselowski. Here come Brian Vickers and Kasey Kahne. Whole knot of cars behind them. But Jeff Burton is a half a lap for victory. This far clear of the pack. Does Boyer pull out and try and win?
There's a chance that Boyer might try to pull out and win when they get to the trial.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Does the pack have a chance to run him down?
Over there, you and him. No pressure.
Side by side in contact. The pack is not going to catch him. They
Burton
bounce
still got
off
a
again. Clint Boyer gets the win.
I don't know who won that. Good job, Clint.
Another frantic Talladega finish. We heard the radio conversation between Burton and Boyer about how quickly they